What's up everyone, Gal the Count 23 and welcome to my latest Blu-ray update. Sorry I didn't do one last week, but again I just didn't buy much stuff, or at least much stuff that I actually watched. But got, let's have a look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 titles today. Some kind of brand new releases, not even released in the UK yet, and a couple of the one special edition which I haven't actually watched, but to be honest I won't get around to watching it anytime soon, so I thought I might as well show it off anyway. But yeah, got some good stuff in here, and yeah, let's get on with it. So the first thing I'll show is the thing that I haven't actually watched, but like I said, I'm not going to be watching this anytime soon. So I just thought I got it more for the kind of the edition than the film itself. And it's actually an edition that I didn't actually kind of know existed, but it is a kind of, I don't know if it's an exclusive to anywhere, but it is the Johnny Depp version of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. This really nice digipack style packaging. Like I said, I don't know if it's exclusive to anywhere, but I picked this up from, I can maybe see on there, from CX for, well, it would have been four quid, which would have been a good price anyway, but I got it for nothing because they had some vouchers. But yeah, it's got some really nice kind of, you can see that kind of embossing on the front with the kind of the usual kind of shiny stuff that the usual Disney stuff has, and yeah, it's just a really nice addition. And there's back, it's a little bit damaged. There's a little bit of damage at the top and on the side. I think that's because like they stack them on top of each other, so they're kind of it kind of makes dents and stuff. And then the side, see that? And but it's a really nice addition. I had the Amaray version, which I can flog now. And you get the little kind of digipack as well. And then there's all of it, and then we have it includes the Blu-ray disc, DVD disc, and also digital copy disc, which to be honest I don't actually need because I don't think it would have expired by now. But yeah, I haven't heard many good things about this film, to be honest. But I know I might enjoy it, but like I said, I'm not in any rush to watch it. But I thought I'd kind of show it off because it's more, I've got it more for the edition than it was for anything else. So yeah, that's Alice in Wonderland. So the next title in this update is a film that I wasn't kind of like desperate to see, and to be honest, I mainly got this this Blu-ray because it didn't receive a Blu-ray release in the UK. I'll explain what it is. It is Draft Day. Basically, I'll say this. I sometimes laugh or get annoyed when kind of films that get Blu-rays in other countries don't get a Blu-ray release in the UK. But to be honest, I can see why they didn't bring it out on Blu-ray, because to be quite honest, there's not that many people that live in the UK that kind of follow American football really, and there was no kind of point bringing it out on kind of spending the money to bring a Blu-ray out when probably not that many people are going to buy it anyway. So I'm not going to argue with the fact that they didn't bring a Blu-ray out in the UK. But this is the US edition. It's region A locked, unfortunately, but obviously I am region free, so it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, basically tells the story of, what's his name? Sonny Weaver Jr., who basically kind of takes place on the draft day, which is basically, if you don't know, is the day where they kind of where they get all the kind of players from kind of college football teams and draft them to kind of NFL teams. And it basically kind of like shows him trying to kind of get hold of this like really kind of like hot shit football player, and kind of like other people backstabbing him, and then he kind of gets roped into kind of bidding for somebody else. And it's quite interesting. It's not, to be honest, kind of like 70 to 80% of the time I didn't know what the hell was going on, because I don't follow American football whatsoever. It means nothing to me. But obviously I'm not the intended audience, I'll say that. But I enjoyed it for what it is. It's nothing too involving, which I quite liked. You kind of like put it on in the background and still kind of well, at least kind of follow it a little bit. Not say it was complicated, but it's just, I just don't really know the game or kind of the backstage stuff behind it at all. But I found it interesting enough. The acting was good. Kevin Costner. We also got Jennifer Garner, and it's got this weird kind of subplot with the fact that that kind of they're having a relationship, and then she becomes pregnant. Kind of he finds out she becomes pregnant kind of at the beginning of the film, and kind of like throughout the film she kind of that their relationship becomes kind of common knowledge and stuff. So in that respect, it is a little bit cliched at times. But you've also got guys like Terry Crews, you've got Alan Arkin, who else you got? Alan Arkin, sorry, getting mixed up with $1 Million Arm. Frank Langella, or Langella, also Dennis Leary, Sam Elliott, Ellen Burstyn, and Chadwick Boseman, who starred as Jackie Robinson in film 42. And it's directed by Ivan Reitman, which is quite interesting because he's not usually the kind of director you would imagine him doing a film like this. But there's a really good documentary on this. It's nearly an hour long. They're kind of like a making of the film, which kind of explains all that. I can't quite remember what that is, but it does explain all of it. And yeah, so it comes with a slipcover, but to be honest, it's just literally a bit of cardboard. And it also includes is DVD and Blu-ray and DVD, which is pretty cool. And there's a ultraviolet code in there as well, which I can't redeem anyway, so I'll just keep it in there. I did buy this with another title that will be in this update, which I'll explain when I show that title. Get the slip back on. It's not perfect condition, but it's good enough. So yeah, Draft Day is interesting. Like I say, it's not. You'd probably come to Netflix soon enough. Maybe watch it. Is quite long as well. It's nearly about an hour and 50 minutes. But just kind of like enjoy it for what it is. It's nothing too involving, like I said. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. So that's Draft Day. So next up is actually a upgrade from a DVD, which I got years and years ago, and I still remember that my brother used to have the VHS of this, and he used to kind of like sneak into his room to kind of to get the video and watch it. But I'd never kind of watch it from beginning to end because he always called me trying to watch it, which is quite interesting. But I'm older now, I'm wiser now, and I had the DVD ages ago, maybe a couple of years ago now, 2 or 3 years ago. And I wanted to pick up this Blu-ray because I'll explain at the end why, but it is the Kevin Smith film Mallrats, starring a whole host of people, with Jason London, bloody hell, this is embarrassing. Well, yeah, Jason Lee, Claire Forlani, Priscilla Barnes, Stan Lee got a cameo, well, kind of more than a cameo in this. Of course, Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Michael Rooker played a really good part in this as well. And yeah, the reason I got this is because yeah, it's an upgrade from DVD, like I said, and the DVD had more or less all the special features that that this has, obviously only in kind of in standard definition. But yeah, then they brought out a Blu-ray in the UK as well. But this one is very cool. It contains two cuts of the film. It includes the theatrical version and also an extended version, which is basically kind of the deleted scenes kind of put back into the film, and kind of alternate takes and stuff like that, which kind of changes the story quite a bit. I mean, if you know in the story, basically TS's kind of girlfriend breaks up with him, but in the extended version, it's for a completely different reason. It has the same outcome, but it's for a very different reason. Which is good because, like I say, it includes both cuts and includes all the special features that are included on the DVD, and maybe a couple of others I haven't seen before as well. And then they brought out a Blu-ray in the UK, which was fair enough, with nothing on it. Nothing on it at all. I mean, with this you get everything, and what did we get on the UK Blu-ray? Oh yeah, sod all. Anyway, which is the reason I got this. Region free as well, so if you do want to import it, you can do. Feel free to do so. But yeah, it's a guilty pleasure for me. I mean, it is good. It's not Kevin Smith's best. I know quite a few people he's kind of hit on. Was kind of like he's a Marmite director. You either love him or you hate him. I wouldn't say I love him, but I do like him as a filmmaker, kind of a low budget filmmaker. And yeah, again, got a host of special features. You got, like I said, the 2 cuts of the film. You got deleted scenes, which is just basically the kind of the extended bits put together. You got a cast interview, some of the original set, like a thing. You got a 10th anniversary Q&A of the film of some of the stars. We've got Mallrats Reunion, which is basically again like 10 years since it first came out. Kind of people are giving stars giving their thoughts on it. Where it's got some couple of music videos. You got an introduction to the extended version. You got a commentary on the theatrical version. So a lot of good stuff on here. Basically everything you could want to know about Mallrats is on this disc. Of course, this year being the 20th anniversary, which is quite fitting. Because it's kind of like the interviews were 10 years from when it came out, and it's now 10 years again, which is pretty cool. But yeah, to be honest, Mallrats is pretty much a kind of a nothing film, but as nothing films go, it is pretty damn good. So that's Mallrats. And next up is another upgrade from DVD, and it's a film that I very, very much enjoyed. I heard before I saw about this film, I kind of read reviews and I saw nothing but good things about it. People saying like it's one of the best modern horror films ever made. Is pretty damn good, and it is Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon, released only on DVD in the UK, no Blu-ray release. And one thing I will point out is it's a very odd Blu-ray in the fact that it has no main menu whatsoever. There's no kind of, obviously there's no special features on it, but there's no kind of menu on it at all. When you watch it, it starts off straight away and it just loops itself around, which is quite a weird way to author a Blu-ray disc, but there you go. From Anchor Bay, and basically it's a very kind of like satirical look at slasher films in general, and it basically is follows a news crew as they follow around basically a serial killer, and he kind of like he kind of goes to them, he kind of explains how he plans to like kill all these kids in this cabin, and he tells them kind of like there's like the backstory he goes to, and he pretends that he is he's Leslie Vernon, which was kind of like a legend years and years ago, that this kid kind of like drowned when he was really young, and then kind of like he was a ghost of his, and he kind of pretends to be this ghost, and it's just really, really funny. Robert Englund has a really funny part in this. It's deeply, deeply funny. It is it's honestly, I think it's more of a comedy than it is an actual horror film. But you got the kind of the horror bits in there. Kind of like I think the last like half an hour is like a proper horror film, whereas the first hour is like a documentary. But it's just really, really funny. There's a really good bit about an axe handle and the phallic representation of that, and it's just really, really kind of the constant what's the word? The constant kind of comparisons to things he does and kind of sexual things. It's just really, really funny. It's really well written as well. It's very low budget as well, though, which you kind of like you can see that when you watch the film. It's just the basically the Blu-ray disc has some artwork, which is pretty cool. I do like the guy's mask though; it's very, very cool. And it's just I would say any kind of self-respecting horror fan needs to see this film. It's really, really funny. It is quite scary in parts. It's got a great part by Scott Wilson. Really, really funny in this as well. It's just like it's such an all-round great film, and any horror fan should see it. It's very, very, very good. Any other info on the back of here that I haven't mentioned yet? No. It's got a cool little twist at the end as well. And it kind of sets itself up for a sequel. Whether there will be a sequel, no one knows, I don't think. I hope there is though, because it is really, really funny. The guy who plays Leslie Vernon as well was really, really good. He kind of looks like someone he looks like, and I can't think of who it is. I think it's someone from Heroes maybe. But he looks like he's like a really big star, but he's not. He's like a first-time actor, or at least a first-time film actor. I think it might be in like a couple of TV shows maybe. But yeah, really, really worth seeking out, and it's really well made, well written, well acted. It's a kind of satirical horror film. So yeah, that's Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon. So last two titles, and the next one is a Scream Factory release. Again, I looked on AV forums, which I do quite a lot, and I saw that someone was selling a load of Scream Factory Blu-rays, and I looked through the list, and this was like kind of the only one I wanted and didn't have. So I picked it up for I think about 15, and it's kind of annoying because like the guy after me kind of like made an offer of like 12, and he took it as well. But Anyway, there you go. That's the name of the game of AV Forums. It's kind of annoying, but there you go. And it is the Screen Factory release of Gingersnaps, starring Katharine Isabelle and Emily Perkins. Basically, two sisters who are kind of very, very close, who I don't know if they plan to commit suicide or kind of like joke about kind of committing suicide, and they kind of start to play like a little bit of a prank on their neighbours, and Katharine Isabelle's character gets bitten by a werewolf, and it's kind of it kind of compares kind of being a werewolf to kind of like growing up, like puberty and stuff, and it's got a little kind of dash of Carrie in there near the beginning. And yeah, it didn't blow me away or anything. I do think I need to see it again to kind of appreciate it a bit more, but it's well acted for the most part. What else is there? Yeah, so it's well acted. I don't even know how to explain it really. It's just, it is what it is, I guess. Obviously Region A locked being a Screen Factory release. You get a slipcover. I think this is the 3rd Screen Factory release I have now, along with Sleepaway Camp and The Burning. And on the back you got, I don't know if you can actually read that, but if you can pause it you can do. And also I changed the artwork around because there's literally no point in keeping the kind of the same artwork on the slipcover than it is on the actual case, so I changed it around. Always have reversible artwork on Screen Factory releases. And then we have the back, got a ton of special features. We've got new interviews with actress Emily Perkins, well basically a making of, kind of like a talking head kind of thing with clips of the film, and which is like over an hour, which is quite cool. I don't know why I couldn't have done like an hour documentary on Sleepaway Camp, I'm not quite sure. Got New Women in Horror panel, got a commentary with the director, and also a separate commentary with the writer. Got deleted scenes with commentary, got auditions and rehearsals, kind of making the kind of the creature effects and stuff. So it's a really really packed with special features, which is always good to see. You know, it is one of Ross's favourite films, and yeah, I wanted to pick it up. I give it about a 7 out of 10. To be honest, it was going to be a kind of a 7 out of 10. Sorry, no, 6 out of 10. But the ending kind of elevated a bit. It's a really kind of affecting ending, actually. I really kind of felt for the character. I'm obviously not going to go into any spoilers, but like a really good ending, which I really really liked. It's a little bit longer than it needs to be. It's a little bit more clever than it thinks it's more clever than it actually is. The kind of like I say, it's kind of like basically like she becomes a werewolf is kind of like a metaphor for her becoming a woman, which is sometimes doesn't quite work, but does it every so often. But yeah, that is Gingersnaps. So the last title of this week's Blu-ray update is a Blu-ray I actually did an unboxing of, and it is Nightcrawler, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo, Bill Paxton, and Riz Ahmed as well. And if you don't know the story, basically it follows Jake Gyllenhaal's character Louis Bloom. Well, I think L-O-U-I-S, Louis. I think that is Louis Bloom. Basically, who becomes a what they call a Nightcrawler. Which is basically they go to kind of police accidents and kind of like film footage and sell them to news stations for their film stuff, for their kind of news stories. And it starts becoming a little bit more erratic. And I mean, there's no way I can kind of explain it without you just seeing it. I think most people have seen this now, but in case you haven't, do see it. It contains Jake Gyllenhaal, probably his best performance, maybe. I don't think I've seen all of his performances. I don't think, but it's damn good. Comes with a very nice slipcover. Obviously, I'm not getting into too much detail because I did an unboxing of it. But you got the embossed title, and on the side as well, and then on the other side, and then the only special feature you have is if it bleeds it leaves, making Nightcrawler, which is literally I think like just over 5-minute like EPK kind of thing, which it could have been like a much longer making of, and it would have been a lot better. And also a commentary with writer director Dan Gilroy, producer Tony Gilroy, and editor John Gilroy, all brothers if you couldn't guess already. Yeah, listen to the commentary as well. Very interesting commentary about obviously how they made the film, and kind of like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor, and also the character of Louis Bloom, and also how they love the way they cast Riz Ahmed, who you may not know is a British actor, a very good British actor I may add. And yeah, it's just a dynamite film. I will say it's not one of those films that I could watch over and over again. It kind of reminds me of the film Lock in that respect, because with Lock, I can kind of watch it once and then watch it like another 2 times, but those other 2 times I don't kind of appreciate the film as much. I just watch it. I'd kind of like just pay attention to it. But with this film, I do think that if you watch it kind of too many times, kind of without enough space between them, it will kind of you will maybe lose the kind of, although you may just lose the appreciation of the film. I think I could probably watch it maybe like 3 or 4 times a year, maybe. But yeah, apart from that, it's an absolute dynamite film with incredible Jake Gyllenhaal performance. I mean, I honestly don't think this guy's ever given a bad performance, but there you have it. And also my giveaway from the unboxing, I'll be emailing the winner later on tonight. But yeah, like I say, I can't really kind of explain it all unless you... What I mean is, just see it. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about now, but yeah, there you go. So that is Nightcrawler, and that is it for this Blu-ray update. So yeah, I will have another one of these hopefully next week. Depends how much. Again, I'm kind of cutting down a bit. It depends how much stuff I get. Obviously, the Babadook comes out tomorrow, which I will definitely be getting tomorrow. Be getting opening day. Well, opening day, the release day. Sorry. I've already got Game of Thrones. You may know I did an unboxing of that earlier on, which I will be getting into just after I finish this video. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else next week. But again, I might get kind of the odd the odd pickup from again AV forums. Maybe there's a couple of good offers on. Maybe. But yeah, there are the titles for this week. So good selection of stuff, I think. Some kind of US stuff, a couple of UK things as well. Well, just one UK thing actually, thinking about it. Yeah, and also another kind of point, Nightcrawler is region free, so if you do want to import it, you can do. I will be selling Nightcrawler on though, because I don't think I'll be watching it before. Well, I don't think I'll watch it again before I get the steelbook, so I'll wait for that and pick that up, and probably get rid of that. But yeah, that'll do for this update. So thanks for watching. I don't know how much stuff I have next week, but I will be doing an update next week, and then definitely after February, we'll be doing one each week. And yeah, I'm kind of trying to kind of focus on actually watching the things I buy before I talk about them, because it just kind of gets annoying when I kind of just say, oh, I haven't had like a show it and say I haven't watched this, but it sounds good. But yeah, so again, I won't keep you for too much longer. So thanks as always for watching, and have a great day.